Okay, student. In this unit 3 of digital communication system, we have already discussed a number of points. We have discussed about optimum linear detection, we have discussed its impulse response, we have derived its relation, then we have estimated the value of impulse response and the sampling interval Tm. Then we have discussed about probability of error, that how can we find the probability of error for match filter, and how can we find the probability of error for ASK, PSK, FSK, etc. other modulation schemes. We have already discussed all these points. We have already discussed in past about the white noise Gaussian random process. So the remaining portion, if we can see, is about the signal space analysis. Up to some extent, we have already discussed that also in past. So I will discuss one numerical example for signal space analysis today in this lecture, and the one point which is remaining is correlation receiver. One point that is important, and if we see the university questions, then you can see that a number of times this question has been asked, that what is correlation receiver and why what is the similarity between correlation receiver and match filter. Okay, so we will discuss this point first, and then we will discuss one numerical of signal space analysis to clear the concept of signal space. So let us start with correlator receiver. In correlator receiver, the block diagram of correlator receiver is shown in front of you. Just have a look on this. Input noisy channel. The input noisy signal, when comes to the receiver, is first multiplied with locally generated signal xt, and this is should be same as the signal which was mixed at the transmitter side, right? So when we make these two signals in this product modulator, here the input is xt plus anti some noise is added. That is why we said is this as input noisy signal. Okay, so when we multiply these two, we will get the output here. Let us say that output is expressed as ft. Now when we will integrate this and we will sample that at time capital T as per the pulse period P, we will get the received signal through the correlator receiver. If we write the mathematical expression for the same, we can say that output ft is the combination of ft here is xt plus nt, right? xt plus nt. Then here we again mix xt. So what will happen, that the signal ft is multiplied to the locally generated replica of input signal xt. So this ft, that is xt plus nt, is multiplied with xt here, and so we get the signal here. Okay, so this result of multiplication ft into xt is integrated then, right? This is given to the integrator then, and then sampled at t equal to t. The output of the integrator is sampled at t equal to capital T. Then based on this sample, we determine the output RT. So the expression will be RT equal to integration from 0 to t ft into xt dt. Agreed? It is called correlator since it correlates the received signal ft with a stored replica of the known signal xt. Since here it was xt and we have already stored xt and we are multiplying it with the same. That is why we are correlating the two signals, right? That is why its name is correlator. So output of correlator is simply integration 0 to t ft, where ft is xt plus nt, some noise is added, into the signal xt. So ft into xt dt, integration for interval 0 to t as shown here. Okay, so this is the output. Let us write it as equation 1. And now let us go back to the match filter, which we have already discussed in the last two lectures, right? So let us see the output of match filter again, and let us compare the output of match filter with this output of correlator receiver. Okay, this is a variant what we want to do. So keep this equation in your mind, or you may note down this equation that this is the output of correlator receiver, where ft is your input signal added with noise signal, and your xt is the stored signal here at the correlator to correlate it with the input signal, right, and integrating from 0 to t. Now proceed with match filter output. In match filter, we have discussed that HT is the response of match filter, which we have already derived, and we have said that we should sample Tm as equal to capital T, where capital T is the period of pulse, right? So again, we say that if input is coming is same as the previous one for correlator receiver, that is Ft, which is equal to Xt plus Nt. Then match filter work is to, if you could remember the previous thing, that the response of HT was what? Impulse response HT was input signal. If it is PT, then it's PT minus TMT, right? So it is FT. So we will convolute this FT with HT and sample at T equal to capital T. So what will be the expression? That convolution of HT into FT. So write it first. We know that match filter does not need locally generated replica as we have done in the correlator receiver. Okay, repeating my words, that match filter does not need locally generated replica of input signal xt as we have done in the correlator receiver. The functioning of match filter is the output of match filter can be obtained by convolution of input ft and its impulse response ht. Input ft and its impulse response ht will be convoluted to give rt. So rt is nothing but convolution of ft and ht. Now convolution means in time domain we can say that f, let us say represented as z, fz ht minus z, sorry, tau, f tau, ht minus tau, and d tau. Okay, integration from minus infinity to plus infinity for convoluting for the entire duration. So f tau, ht minus tau, d tau. Now what is the value of ht minus tau? What is the value of ht? Ht is again in terms of ft. We have already seen in the last class. So ht value can be written as, for white noise Gaussian random process, it can be written as 2k upon n0 into input signal x capital T minus t, right? So if we want to write ht minus tau, it will be 2k upon n0 x t minus simply t minus small t plus tau. Okay, then putting this expression in the previous expression of RT in this equation, you can say that it is RT is equal to f tau, putting this value here, that is 2k upon n0 x t minus small t plus tau d tau. Simple. Now since integration is performed over one period, if you could remember that integration is performed over one period t equal to capital T, that is 0 to t, 0 to capital T, is it? So we can change integration limits from 0 to capital T, right? So it is capital T basically. Okay, so RT equal to 2k by n0 0 to capital T f tau xt minus small t plus tau d tau. At t equal to t, what will happen? 2k by n0 f tau t equal to capital T, so it will be simply f tau x tau d tau. Okay, so if we just change the variable, it is represented as tau and we represent tau as t, we can do that. So just putting, first we have done this, now just putting tau equal to t, the for the convenience of notation, then we can say that RT is nothing but 2k by n0 ft xt dt. This is the equation for output of match filter. And what was the value of output for correlator receiver? RT equal to FT XT dt. So if we compare these two equations, we can say that these two equations are same. That means these, first of all, these equations are same with assuming that the constant 2k by n0 is there, and we are assuming that it can be that it is normalized to 1. So these equations are exactly same in that manner, right? So both equations shows that matched filter and correlator gives same output. That is what our aim, to understand that why correlator receiver is also known as match filter. Okay, because it gives the same output as the match filter gives. However, these are two distinct different things. Okay, this was the first point. Now the remaining part was signal space analysis. So let us take one example to understand it. The question is, a signal space consists of four signals. Determine a suitable set of orthogonal basis vectors and the dimensionality of the signals. Represent these signals geometrically in the vector space. Okay. So in signal space representation required to be done for the four signals shown here, S1t, S2t, S3t and S4t. Let us first see the waveform. S1t is having value amplitude 1 from 0 to 1 time period, and from 1 to 2 time period it is having value minus 0.5. S2t is having value zero point 0.5 minus 0.5 from 0 to 1, and from 1 to 2 it is having value plus 1. Okay, S3t is having value 0 simply from 0 to 1, while it is having value minus 0.5 from 1 to 2 time period, and S4t is having value zero point 0.5 from 0 to time period 1, and from time period 1 to 2 it is having value cap 1, amplitude 1. Okay, now the question is that a signal space consists of these four signals, and we have to determine a suitable set of orthogonal basis vectors. Okay, orthogonal basis vectors. Orthogonality satisfy when integration of x1t into x2t is equal to 0, right? So we have to satisfy that condition. Okay, determine a suitable set of orthogonal basis vectors and the dimensionality of the signals. Okay, so think about such signals, that from which type of signal we can make these signals. Obviously that will be something like a rectangular signal, right? But they are saying that orthogonal basis vectors. Okay, so let's see the solution. These are your input signals S1t, S2t, S3t and S4t. The basis signals for four signals will be the rectangular pulses, as we have discussed. Which type of rectangular pulses? One is shown here, which is having value amplitude 1 for time interval 0 to 1, and second should not have any value in this region. Am I clear? Should not have any value in this region as per the given condition. So it should have value from, for the remaining portion, as we can see that everywhere the time is from 0 to 2, and we have defined for 0 to 1. So we have to define a rectangular function from 1 to 2 again, right? From 1 to 2, since we have defined from 0 to 1. So we define another rectangular function, one rectangular function from 0 to 1 as amplitude 1. So we will define another rectangular function again the same amplitude 1, which will be from time interval 1 to 2, right? So they will not correlate with each other, they are separate in time. So multiplication is simply 0. So these are the two basis signals. We can draw all the four signals based on these two basic signals. That means if we take two axes, phi 1 and phi 2t, we can draw all these signals in vector space based on the value of the phi 1 and phi 2. So let us do that. These are our four basic signals: S1t, S2t, S3t and S4t. In terms of phi 1 and phi 2, the vectors corresponding to signals S1t, S2t, S3t and S4t will be, let us see, phi 1t is 1 from 0 to 1. Okay, it is having value 1 from 0 to 1. S1t having value same as the phi 1t. So we can say that it is equal to phi 1t, that means 1. So we have written S1 in vector space as 1 simply. Now S1t is having value from 1 to 2 as minus 0.5. So if we represent signal from 1 to 2, it is based on phi 2t, because phi 2 is between 1 to 2. So from 1 to 2, if we want to obtain from this signal phi 1 phi 2t, this signal we want to obtain, we have to multiply phi 2t. Since it is having value 1, we need value 0.5 with negative sign. We have to multiply phi 2t with minus 0.5, then we will get this signal for phi 2t. So S1 with respect to phi 2t can be represented as simply minus 0.5. I hope this is much simple, direct calculation. Similarly, you can draw others. Let us see further. S2t is having value minus 0.5 from 0 to 1. So simply phi 1t should be multiplied, since phi 1t is having value 1 from 0 to 1. So phi 1t should be multiplied with this value minus 0.5 for this interval 0 to 1. So S2t will have value minus 0.5 here, and for phi 2t, S2t, we can compare that phi 2t is same as S2t for 1 to 2 region, so we will write it 1 here. Similarly, you can write for S3t, for this region it is simply 0, so we will write here 0. For this region it is having minus 1, while phi 1t was plus 1, so we will write minus 1 here. When multiplying we will get this value. Here it is 0.5 and phi 1t was 1, so it is simply 0.5 for S4t. And for S4t, for this region it is 1, same as phi 2t, so it is simply 1. It should be 1. Okay, am I clear? It should be 1 only, not minus 1. Okay, so now can you draw these signals in vector space, and can you check the orthogonality condition? That is simple, straightforward. Now let us do that. I am, if we will draw, let me draw that. Let me change the pointer. So in vector space, let us say it is phi 1 here, and let us say it is phi 2 here. Let us say it is 0.5, and let us say it is 1. Similarly, everywhere I draw 0.5, 1. Negative side also minus 0.5, minus 1, as well as here minus 0.5 and minus 1. Now let us see in vector space where can we represent S1, S2, S3 and S4. S1 is 1 for phi 1, so S1 is here, okay, somewhere here in this line, and minus zero point 0.5 for phi 2, so minus 0.5 is this line, so this is the value for S1. This is your signal S1 in vector space. Similarly for S2, it is minus zero point 0.5 for phi 1. For phi 1, minus 0.5 is this one, and 1 for phi 2. 1 for phi 2. So this is the point where S2 will lie. Similarly, you can draw for the others S3 and S4. S3 is 0, minus 1. So it is 0, minus 1 will be this point. Right? In the similar manner, you can draw the S4. I think this is sufficient for this lecture. Thank you.